We have come to an end. Yeah, I'm not gonna wear this. I was gonna show you my little hood. I'm trying to be cute for Christmas time because Christmas coming up. I ain't gonna wear this hood because it's hot. So yeah, we are down to the end. BGC 16 Part 2 reunion. And it's really, really late. I just got home from class. It's like, what? It's 2:30 in the morning. Kiko whining. He want to go to sleep. He mad all these lights on. Um, Yo, this reunion was so good. Like, I was disappointed with part one. Part one was pretty boring. I'm like, is anything gonna happen? Like, what are these girls doing? Part two was so good. Oh my god, I was so hyped earlier. Like, part two was good. They definitely made up for the whole reunion on part two. It was a good reunion, so I was definitely excited. So yeah, let's get started. It starts with Winter and Candy fighting immediately, and with like no action happening in part one. I wish they would have like got rid of like a minute or two of stuff and then did Candy and Winter fighting on part one. Part one was boring compared to part two, okay? I can't get over how good part two was. So Winter and Candy start fighting. I don't really know. It's like Winter kind of ran in, but Candy was kind of like getting up and coming at her too. Like, I think it was mutual. They both wanted to fight at the same damn time, and that's what happened. There was security everywhere. I couldn't even see what was going on. I had to watch it twice, and I'm like, what is even going on? And, of course, Tabitha comes out, and I guess we'll get more into this later, but I feel like Winter stole a lot of Tabitha's shine, especially at the reunion, because it was either talking to Winter or it was a y'all thing. Nothing was like about Tabitha by herself, even when they came out. Nobody even saw Tabitha came out because, of course, the Winter and Candy fight. Next, Winter says she doesn't at people online. She's not giving away free promotion because apparently they've been going back and forth on social media. I guess they're having a Twitter war, talking crap to each other. Winter and Tabitha come back on the stage. So Winter and Tabitha get pulled off, and then they come back on the stage. Winter has changed into a black two-piece and some Adidas-looking sandals. At one point, she even takes the shoes off, so she's sitting there barefoot, like my little house shoes. She's wearing these on the reunion stage. It's crazy. So apparently her dress was torn. Tanisha was like, but it was like slit up to here. She's like, yeah, but the wrong part was torn. And luckily, she had something cute to change into. Like, she had a few outfits. Because I don't think she wore that coming into the reunion. Not into the reunion on the stage, but from the outside to the inside. I mean, I don't really remember if she was sitting around in that outfit in the dressing room. Because when we did BGC 13, we had 3 wardrobe changes. We wore something into the dressing room. Not 3 wardrobe changes, 2. We wore something into the dressing room, and then we changed it to our reunion outfit, and then we went on to the reunion. And of course, I had to change again because security damn ripped my damn outfit, but I wasn't about to be wearing a sheer damn bodysuit outside of the reunion anyways. But I'm trying to think. I don't know. I feel like she had the dress on, her reunion dress when she came in, but maybe not. Okay, so Candy is talking over Winter as they're arguing. She's like, oh yeah, your cheap ass dress. And Candy is going in on Winter. And Winter really don't know how to handle it. I really wish Candy was an original with Winter because half that shit wouldn't have happened. Candy wouldn't have let it. Candy's so funny. She's very dominant. So like, and for... what's her called? Winter is very like alpha female. She's dominant too, but Candy won't let her get one damn word in. Like Candy definitely way on top of Winter when it comes to dominance. Tanisha then tells Tabitha, and this is what I said, on episode 1 review or episode 2? Tanisha tells Tabitha, you're really pretty, and it was a huge disappointment because from Chicago and da-da-da. This is like, oh, like, she don't even care. It's like, yeah, basically it is what it is type thing, and that's what I've been saying. Tabitha is so pretty, like, visually so pretty, and then the way she acted, like, I hope she grows out of it, whatever, if this is the phase in her life or if this is her real personality all the time, like, I hope that she changes it because she could be so much prettier if she was a nice person. Like, she was so damn mean on this show, and she seemed at first to have no remorse whatsoever. Okay, Tabitha then says, oh, she's Green Girl, and Kaylee wasn't worth it, and she said, she's trying to get better, and that's, like, one of her flaws, but she's, like, looking at her watch, like, oh, she wasn't worth it, I guess saying she wasn't worth my time, but, like, by no means does that make you look any better. You're making yourself look worse by basically, not only are you how you treated Kaylee, but then you downplayed it like, oh, well, I shouldn't have gave that bitch none of my time. So then you're saying that she's not important to give that amount of time to her. So it wasn't that you were disappointed in yourself or how you acted or you regret what you're doing. You're upset that somebody beneath you, you shouldn't have gave your time to them. So it was like, it just like added to the, it added to the stuff I don't like. I don't even know how to explain it. No, ill. Okay, so then Candy goes off. She's like, you're not better. You obviously learned nothing. And Candy's going on and on and on. And Candy is putting these girls in their place. And I'm really glad she was at that damn reunion because she's definitely speaking the truth. And for this reunion, you know, because I really like Candy and then I kind of didn't like her and then I liked her again. I said that she was one of my favorites for the entire season because she added a lot to the season. But for the reunion, she was definitely my damn favorite. Like, she was telling everybody about themselves, like, with no damn filter. She was going off on everybody. And she made the reunion. She really did. Tanisha says to Tabitha, oh, because Tabitha is clearly like, oh, she's beneath me. I shouldn't give Kaylee my time. So she says, oh, that's how you want people to see you. Then okay. Because clearly what was going on, like Tanisha couldn't even get through to Tabitha. Tabitha's like, I don't care. I don't care. Like, I really want to know what she really was thinking because it kind of changes a little bit later. So reading this back, I don't know how I feel about what happens later. Tanisha then talks... Out of the blue, Ryan starts coming back at Tanisha once again, and she's like, listen, honey, you need to wake up. I host this show. Ryan says, I don't give a fuck. Tanisha's like, well, obviously you do. Clearly, Ryan's upset about the situation. Tanisha says, like, why you standing? Why you standing? And Ryan's just going on and on and on, and she really thinks that she's taking somebody's, like, job. Tanisha gets pissed and she's like, get off my stage. And as she's getting kicked off, she stands up and kind of walks towards her like, good luck on the radio. And then Ryan wants to still come at her like, oh, now you want to like boss up and come towards me now that the security is whatever and kicking me off the stage. And it's like, no, bitch, she is the host of the show. She was on the show like 8 years ago. She's been hosting it for a long time. Like, you're petty, you're nothing. Like, why is she going to get up to fight a cast member on one season who's never going to be on any other TV show or probably on TV ever again after this? Why is she going to get up and try to fight you? She don't have to. Like, nah, security, get this bitch off my stage. Like, bye, see you later. Good luck on the radio. Like, nice knowing you. Like, good luck with your career, whatever you're doing. No. Ooh, Ryan, I can't. She is my least favorite this entire damn season because... For one, like I said before, she brought no content to the show other than going off on producers. And now that you're at the reunion, you want to talk shit about producers, and then you want to keep coming at Tanisha, who's the host of the show, thinking you're going to take her job, which you ain't going to get no damn job. Like, what is... Like, mentally, she's fucked up. And like Tanisha said, she was like, no, you need to wake up. You need to... Ryan, what is wrong with you? Like, wake up. You are... There's something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. Adrian says so Adrian gets sent to the back and she's like, oh, well, Tanisha was popping pans and now she's hosting shows. So she thinks like her acting an ass or disrespectful is going to get her hosting a damn show. Like, no, bitch. Create content on the show by fighting the girls or arguing with the girls or causing drama in the house, okay? Bad Girls Club. You create drama for the show, on the show, not with damn producers and the host of the damn reunion. Like, you look stupid. You look so stupid. She got my blood pressure, like, up. Because I don't understand what's wrong with her. Like, something wrong with that girl. Like, oh, she was popping pans. Now she hosting. Bitch, you ain't getting no job. Like, don't think because you should have been popping pans, too, in the house. That would have been your best bet than what you did. So it seemed like this reunion, like a lot of good stuff happened. I like pause the TV. I realized that it's only 10 minutes in. All this juicy stuff happened in the first 10 minutes. And next, Winter, they show Winter in Tabitha's clips. Candy goes off telling Winter that she really needs help. Like, what's wrong with you? Tabitha says, like, why do you keep referring to us as they and we and blah, blah, blah? And she's like, well, you kept saying you're what? The gang, gang, gang? Who's the gang, gang, gang? And she says, Winter, Tabitha, and Persuasion. Okay, well, they're saying they and y'all because y'all was a little clique. Y'all was the gang, gang, gang. And that's why y'all was referred to as a group because y'all was a group. You weren't even necessarily individuals. It was y'all tag teaming. next thing you know, Cabrina stands up and she's going off and she's like, I'm from the projects. Like, you are from the projects. Like, how are you going to be like that? Tabitha, you should be different. Like, you should whatever. Like, yeah, and that's like the thing that kind of is weird to me because usually people that come from a struggle or a bad situation, they have, different, not feelings for life. They usually have like a different outlook. Like, they struggle, they went through this, they went through that. Like, usually you would think like they're not so stuck up and bougie and thinking they're better than everybody else. Like, bitch, you used to be down here. Like, why you think you all the way up here and everybody else is below you? Like, no, like, what happened? You crazy. So I agree with what Cabrina said, because Cabrina wasn't about that. And of course, Cabrina, I would say she was probably the best looking at the reunion. The little wig she had on, and then I don't even remember the dress. I remember her face being really pretty, and I remember the wig. I think she had like a gown on. But I would say that Cabrina was the best dressed, best looking. Okay, so Tabitha goes off. Tanisha then walks off stage, and she's like, I can't even talk because, of course, now Cabrina's going at it with Tabitha. So Tanisha leaves and she sends Cabrina and Candy backstage to talk to Erica. She's like, can y'all go talk to Erica? And of course they make it seem like they're not getting kicked off type thing. So she can actually talk to Tabitha and Winter because clearly they're not getting any words in. Tabitha then gets annoyed saying, why y'all? And of course I just said that. Okay, so Bernicia said they kept bringing me up. Oh, so I guess the issue now is with Tabitha and Bernicia and I guess a little bit of Winter too. She was like, yeah, they just kept bringing up that I was a mom. And I liked what Tanisha said. Tanisha said, there's plenty of moms around the world doing it alone. And Nisha has a talent that can't be bought. And she doesn't condemn Nisha for being on the show for being a mom. So yay Tanisha, put them in their damn place because like, and not just that too, but like you guys, everybody's life is different. Everybody has different struggles. Everybody has different issues. And you know how many girls that are moms that would want to be on Bad Girls Club and that audition for Bad Girls Club, and how many viewers and fans like Bad Girls Club and want to be on the show, and then you're sitting here like, oh, you trash because you got kids and you here and you this. Like, as long as your kids are taken care of and you ain't just leaving them at home with nobody to watch them and no food, no this and that, like, why are they all up in your business? Like, why do you care about their personal lives so damn much? I mean, I would never leave my kid at home to go on Bad Girls Club, but that's just me personally. I'm not going to talk shit about somebody else who does. Like, that don't have shit to do with me. Like, I don't even know why that's always an issue. It's like a reoccurring issue on every damn season. Okay, so they show clips of Tabitha instigating between Z and Nisha. Z owns up to what she did, and I like that she did this because Tiana did the same thing. Tiana was like, you know, even though Mimi instigated a lot of stuff on season 11 with me, Tiana was like, no, I take responsibility. I shouldn't have let her gas me up. I shouldn't have listened to her. It's my fault. So Tiana took responsibility for it. And of course, you guys know me and Tiana became really close friends on All-Star Battle. So Z says, and she owned up to she said, they didn't make her do anything. She takes responsibility for her own actions. So she wasn't playing victim. She was taking responsibility for what she did. And Tabitha comes back like, no, I made you do it. You're a follower, Z. And she's going off on and on and on. And Z gets up and she starts yelling. Tabitha starts, and then like, so Tabitha's just sitting there. She's like, yeah, I put the battery in your back. I did this. I did that. And I'm like, what is up with these control issue situations? I don't get people that are like this. It's like Z's taking responsibility. She's not blaming anything on Tabitha for what she did. Like, oh, well, it's not really my personality. Tabitha made me do it. No, she owned up to what she did. She apologized for it. She said it was wrong. She didn't do it again. She learned from her mistakes. But then Tabitha wanting to feel some sort of like control and power, and I feel like it's a big insecurity when you want to control other people. She's like really, really pushy saying like, no, I made you do it. I made you do it. And like, I just don't like personalities like that. Like, calm your little ass down. Like, you insecure. Why do you want to feel like you controlling somebody? Like, control your damn self. Like, get your life together. Get yourself together. Like, no. Next thing you know, Tanisha says, let's bring a warm welcome to Kaylee. And she's like, oh, Kaylee's in a dress. And Kaylee looks cute. She had a little dress on. And they start watching the clips back. And Tanisha's like, well, do you want to say anything? And Kaylee's kind of like, I mean, not really. Like, they're like, come on. Like, this is the time for you to say something if you want to say something. Kaylee, get it together. You at the reunion say everything that you've been wanting to say, like how they said, don't go home and say it on Twitter. Like, say what you want to say. Kaylee then finally says, oh, it was disgusting how they acted, and she tells Tabitha, like, ugh, who raised you? Winter then says, like, I apologize, but for what? And then she says, well, okay, fine, I apologize, but, and they're like, but there is no but, and that is correct. Like, when you're giving a sincere and genuine apology, you can apologize for the one thing. Don't say but, and then, like, start saying all this other shit, because that means you're not really apologizing. So, Kaylee says, you're a bully. Winter then says, as she's like halfway giving a half-ass apology, she says, shut the fuck up, Kaylee. And Denise's like, whoa, I ain't never heard no apology like that. Yeah, that was like crazy ass apology. You gonna apologize and then say but, and then you gonna be like, shut the fuck up? That ain't no damn apology. Okay, next, Ladria, no. Winter starts to apologize. She said, okay, so Aladria says that there's no issue with anyone, and she already squashed the beef with Winter. Okay, so clearly, Aladria comes out. They squash the beef. Aladria gives Winter a hug. They make a joke about the finger. She's like, my pinky nail growing back. And Winter says she forgives Aladria for biting her. So Aladria says she was bullied in high school and she just wanted Kaylee to stand up for herself, and that was the whole thing. And Tanisha makes it a point to say, well, not everyone stands up for themselves with violence or by being loud, and that's completely correct. Like, you can't tell somebody how they should stand up for themselves. Kaylee's defense mechanism was to sit there, be quiet, and do nothing to let the other girls look like bullies and their true colors show. Me, personally, I'm about to go off. You ain't just about to treat me and talk to me any sort of way. I wish you would pull my mattress out from underneath me and pick me up by my damn legs and push me out the house. Like, no, I'm going to swing. I'm going to kick you. You going to get off me. Like, you're not doing all that. But as Tanisha says, not everybody resorts to violence. Not everybody stands up for themselves, like loudly, because that's just not everybody's personality. Like, no. Okay, so then they show Aladria's clips. She starts crying and she talks about being molested. Tanisha then said, like, no, Aladria, you win because you took your power back, you have strength, and you can help others by telling your story. Z then starts crying, saying that she's crying and she's getting even more upset. She's like, people are going to think I'm weak because I'm crying. And Tanisha says, speak up, no one will make fun of you. Like, you're talking about something real, like a lot of people go through this. And she's saying that she's crying because there's like a hole in her. Someone got on top of her and took part of her soul. And Tanisha says, no, you're strong. You stayed to the end. And that's completely true. Like, and Joel Osteen, I listen to him a lot. He always says, like, don't be a victim, be a victor. And Aladria took the situation as, like, oh, I'm stronger. I can tell people. I can tell my story. I can this. I can that. And Z went to the other end of the spectrum. Like, there's something missing on me. I'm not whole. They took my power. They did this. They did that. And I completely agree with Tanisha. Like, everything happens for a reason, and you can't, like, let 1 or 2 or 5 situations bring you down. Like, you always got to get up. You always got to be stronger. Use it as a learning lesson. You can make good out of any situation, no matter how bad it is. It taught you something. It taught her strength, clearly, because she lasted this whole damn time in this house. And it really isn't easy. Like, it for real isn't. So not only did she last this whole time, like, her going through that situation probably gave her the strength to even audition for this show, get casted on the show, and then make it to the end on this show. There's something in her being molested in the bad situation that she learned and got out of it, because nothing happens by coincidence. Nothing happens for no damn reason. And I'm a firm believer, like, everything is meant to teach you a lesson. It may take a while for you to learn what that lesson is, but I'm very good at looking at things right now and say, okay, this happened. What was the lesson learned? Why was this happening? Maybe this happened to protect me from this. Like, my mind be all over the place. So she needs to, and I don't want to say this because I don't want to be insensitive, but I wish she would suck it up and not necessarily get over it, but use it as an advantage and to get strength from it, rather than being upset and letting it still bother her years later or however long it's been. All right, next thing that happened. Sorry, I just went on a damn little rant about, like, life and beliefs and whatever. Okay, Tabitha then says to Tanisha that seeing Z and them makes her want to cry, and she says if she tries to apologize, Kaylee won't accept it. Tanisha's like, well, you don't know because you didn't even try. How would you know unless you tried? And then Tabitha then cries and apologizes to Kaylee. She says because she doesn't want her little sister to see this and think it's okay, or for that to happen to her little sister. Uh, Her apology was genuine in the sense of she meant what she said. Is she apologizing to Kaylee because she feels bad for what she did to Kaylee? No, absolutely not. She still doesn't feel what I don't, this is how I think. I think that she's not sincerely apologizing and feels bad for Kaylee. She's only sorry because she don't want the same thing to happen to her sisters, or for her sisters to watch it and think it's okay and cool and follow in her footsteps. But she's not genuinely sorry for how she treated Kaylee. And that's what I got from the apology. And luckily, we finally saw some genuineness and a little bit of remorse and some damn tears from her, because she was looking like a mean ass bitch the whole time. They then bring Candy and Cabrina out to the show, and they're starting to show fun clips. And I skipped over, like, well, what did Candy, like, through a trash bag saying something about you're trash? Like, here's a trash bag for you or something earlier to Winter? I don't know. So they're showing fun clips, twerking, and all this stuff. And Tanisha says, well, that's a wrap. We made it. We all made it to the other side, and the girls start to walk off the stage. And, of course, we know it's not over till it's for real over. And the best thing, I think this shit made my day. This is what really, like, put the icing on the damn cake. Candy then grabs Tabitha, I believe. I couldn't really see what's happening. It looks like Candy's fighting Tabitha. And she says, you ain't sorry. Yeah, Tabitha, you ain't sorry. Now you know how it feels to be dragged, bitch. She's only 90 pounds soaking wet, of course, talking about Kaylee. And I believe that's what happened. Yeah, Candy snuck Tabitha from behind and started to fight her. Security was all over the place. People was all over the place. Aladria starts getting mad, like, that wasn't cool, like, you don't, whatever. Sorry to say, the reunions are meant to hash things out. The reunions are meant to put people in their place. I think what Candy did was really funny. I think it was the perfect ending to this reunion, to the season, to the show. Maybe it was wrong that she snuck her from behind, but Tabitha needed a little something to put her in her place. You can't just keep talking like people are beneath you. And I love how Candy, like, she expressed that. She's like, you ain't better than nobody else. Like, quit acting like you better than people. So after this reunion, my all-time favorite for the season, because of this reunion, was definitely Candy. And y'all know I don't agree with everything she says, just like I don't agree with everything that Kaylee said or everything that Z said. People make their mistakes. Not everybody's perfect. But for overall season, who am I going to remember and say was like, oh yeah, that bitch was cool? It's going to be Candy. I feel like Candy was, she really added to this season. Tabitha is then, like, holding on to the rail. She's mad as hell. The security's holding her back. And that shit was so good. That shit was good. Tanisha then says she's going to talk to Erica Mena before she leaves. And she says, I'm going home to my man to eat, to drink. Cheers to us. Erica's like, what is this? Like, I thought the shit I went through was crazy. Like, this shit is crazy. And she goes, they start cheers, and they're like, I'm not so bad after all, looking at all these crazy bitches. And oh my God, it was so good. I hope y'all like part 2 of the reunion, because this reunion made the whole damn season. I'm all about the fights and the turn up and like everything at the reunion. That shit was so good. That was a good job. All right, let me go to your questions. ACCA Aka Macho said, did Candy lose any brownie points after hitting Dream Doll from the back? And out of everybody, from whom did you see was best dressed? Definitely did not lose brownie points. She got brownie points. That was a really good ending to the finale. And best dressed, I said earlier, I think it would go to Cabrina. I like how she looked. Okay, Addison _Road, ROODE, says, do you think Candy fighting Dream was only for Kaylee, or do you think it was because more drama for the reunion and to be more relevant? For Kaylee and more drama at the reunion, because when I feel like somebody is being picked on or taken advantage of, and especially when I drink, I be going off. Like, that's like when I felt like Elise was being picked on All-Star Battle. I was ready to have Elise's back. when we were on stage at the All-Star Battle reunion and Camila started going off on Elise. I'm the one that turned around to Camila and said something. And then when Paula went off on her, I was like, yo, y'all hold up. Clearly this girl isn't trying to like argue with you guys like that. So I think that she was doing it for a good bit to have Kaylee's back. Okay, Cascapricious, I never know how to say your name. What do you think of Tabitha's apology to Kaylee? I liked it, but it was like the only sensible thing she said in the entire reunion. And yes, I agree. And it was finally like some genuineness and not a dream doll excuse or response. Chris, which I like, Candy said that too. Like, I'm not talking to Dream Doll. I'm talking to Candy. Dream Doll's an Instagram profile. Like, or no, I'm talking to Tabitha, not Dream Doll. Dream Doll's an Instagram profile. Like, yeah, girl, like, what you talking about? Like, quit doing these, like, alter personalities. I hate when people go on these reality shows and they put, like, they like, create a character and they're not themselves. Like, I'm so genuine on these shows. I'm me, myself, and I stay true to myself, and I'm a real ass bitch in real life as I am on TV. I'm the same person. I don't know why these people think they creating a damn character on TV. Like, bitch, go take an acting class and do an acting role if you want to be an actor. Like, reality TV is supposed to be real, like reality. No. Okay, Christian Cyrus says, how do you think Tanisha handled the situation? How would you have handled it? I think she handled it pretty well. She should have been a little bit calmer. I think what I would have done, well, I don't know I probably would have went off on the bitch. But I probably would have said, when she first stood up, I'd have been like, okay, listen, you need to sit down. And when she didn't sit down, I would say, production, security, can you get this bitch off my stage? Because it's about to be a problem. And I would have immediately got her kicked off the stage. I think they waited way too long for security to pull her back. And they got that little bit of drama. I would have been like, can y'all get this bitch? Because I'm good to do that. Like, when Cal's around me and somebody calls a problem, I'm like, get them out of my way. Send them away. Like, they should have sent that bitch away a long time ago. Okay, His Imperial Majesty Prince Bren. Oh, that's a long name. He wrote a lot of comments. When Dream Doll confronted Z, there's a moment when Z says, what are you going to do about it? Nothing, and Dream Doll sits down. Do you think Dream Doll was afraid to fight Z? Yeah, I don't think Dream Doll wanted to fight. And Z is a bigger girl. Like, and Z used to fight. Like, nah, Dream Doll didn't want none of that. She just wants to sit in her little seat and be like, put the battery in your back. Bitch, you about to put the battery in my back when I fucking hit you in the damn face. All right, Suvad, SUVAD.J says, do you feel that Cambrino was doing way too much at this reunion? I'll miss your videos, by the way. Make one on how to get over a breakup. How to get over a breakup? You just get with somebody else. That's it, really. That usually works. Good distraction. Okay, so do you feel that... There's a lot more to that, but... Okay, do you feel that Cambrino was doing way too much at this reunion? I feel like she did a little bit more here than she did on the show, but she didn't really have a chance to on the show because there was no real conflict with her. I feel like if Cambrino was an original, we would have seen a lot more of her personality and more of what we saw in the reunion. But yeah, she was doing a little too much for what her character showed on the show. I think Haley did the same thing on season 11. Like, bitch, where did you even come from? Like, sit over there and be quiet. Like, wish we would have seen more of her. Okay. Kaizo Konpaku. KAZOKONPAKU. Do you think, that's hard to say, do you think some of the girls were trying to just get more shine so they went over the top in the situations they weren't there for? And also, you look so pretty and Kiko is so cute. Thank you so much. And she said, I heard Gabby is going to be on marriage boot camp, so I guess bad girls are taking over. And yes, you may be correct. Yes. Okay, do you think some of the girls were trying to get more shine so they went over the top for the situations? Yeah, I believe so. Plus, there's alcohol involved. You know how that gets. But I feel like some of them were like, damn, I didn't really get much. This is like my last chance to get a little camera time in. Like, let me get what I can get right now so I can get some more damn Instagram followers. And Life of Jose _ says, hey, boo, do you think about the Winter apology? Do you think she was being real to Kaylee or no? No, I think she feels bad because it made her look bad and she felt like it was the right thing to do to apologize because she wouldn't have said the but and then she wouldn't have told Kaylee to shut the fuck up. I don't feel like she genuinely was sorry for how she treated her. Born Again Christian with ACRYZXIAN says, would you have fought Julie if she would have showed up at the BGC 13 reunion? I don't think so, because I think she would have sat there and been quiet. She is a confessional thug, like Danny says. So I don't think she would have said anything too stupid to me. If she would have said something stupid, she definitely would have been next on my hit list, because Jada, Rocky, and Julie were all on the hit list for that reunion. So, depends on how she would have acted. But yeah, so next week, guys, my house is pretty much done. My office is pretty much done. So next week, since there is no Bad Girls Club episode and we're getting ready for Christmas, I am finally going to do a house tour for you guys. So I'm excited. So make sure you check next week on Tuesday or Wednesday. Wednesday at the latest, I will post a home tour. But until next week, I love you guys. Be safe out there. Get your Christmas shopping done. Lock your cars because people break into your trunk. I'll see you guys next week.